Rstv. Do you love and care about Rstv in a peace? Let's build and take it to heart. But this is a task we must accomplish. Rstv Police Command has received credible intelligence regarding a 13-year-old girl who went missing on June 5, 2025 while running an errand for her mother in Umwebili community, a local government area. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer SP Grace Iringi Koko said the victim's mother subsequently received ransom demands of 2 million naira via phone calls, threatening that the daughter would be killed if the demand was not met. Iringi Koko said operatives from the C41 intelligence unit promptly swung into action, arresting the 24-year-old female suspect from Igwechi, suspected to be the subscriber of the SIM cards linked to the ransom demands, and that the suspect had allegedly claimed that her phone was robbed on June 5, 2025. Further investigation on June 10, 2025 culminated in the arrest of the principal suspect, Chizoba Andrew Obi. A 36-year-old male suspect and the kidnapped victim was rescued unhurt in a fenced forest at Mumochem community, a local government area of recreational weapons. The Commissioner of Police CPO Lubenga Adekoju commended the operatives for their bravery and reaffirmed the command's commitment to ensuring safety and security for all citizens. As Nigerians commemorate her 26th Democracy Day, some respondents have expressed their views on the development and challenges of democracy in Nigeria. In this report, Nnamdi Olumide examines some problems of democracy in Nigeria and the way forward. His report.
When democracy started in Nigeria in 1999, Nigerians were not only happy but hopeful that a system of government that will give them freedom of expression and greater participation in governance has finally come to stay. However, 26 years down the line, Nigeria's democratic journey faces significant challenges. Some respondents identified electoral malpractices, inter-ethnic and religious conflicts, insecurity, weak democratic institutions, and widespread corruption.
I want to advise our youth. It is time for us to take back our destinies and our country. And the only thing that can make us to take back our country and our destiny is by our vote.
Democracy are very impactful for the past years. If not these few days, we are experiencing a lot of problem right, left and center. Of course, for Christians, I will still say they should be steadfast in prayer. It's only prayer we will apply to make this country better.
Keep doing a little contribution here and there. Provide solutions as much as you can. Nigeria will not die in our time. Even before we go out of existence, we will be able to contribute. This is what we have done for the society to improve. Our leaders are not doing it, but don't give up. Let's do our best.
Furthermore, some challenges like corruption, political violence, economic inequality, youth unemployment, and insecurity has affected the realization of democratic ideals in Nigeria.
What is democracy? Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not a certain group of people, not only the elites, not only the politicians. The government should be beneficiary to every common Nigerians, the poor, the rich, the average, the sick, the disabled. But we are seeing this, our democracy, that it is only a beneficiary to a certain group of people. You can see that from the time this democracy started, there are people who are in power today. So I think we are not doing the right thing. We are not practicing a real democracy.
Help us and secure this country from being destroyed by men that are supposed to protect the people. That is a very painful thing. And decisions any leader takes, whether good or bad, will be remembered in posterity, will be remembered by those who are coming years after. Please look at the history of this country. Look at how we tell the history of those who have led this country. Where will history remember you?
And so what is the way forward? Respondents say addressing the problems of Nigeria's democracy requires concerted effort from various stakeholders, including the government, civil society, and citizens. To this end, solutions have been proffered, including establishment of an independent electoral commission that is truly independent in its operations to reduce the incidence of electoral fraud and violence. Other solutions include the need for government to take bold steps in addressing the issue of corruption by enforcing strict laws and punishing offenders, and make concerted effort to fight insecurity, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and communal clashes, which has become a significant threat to to Nigeria's democracy.
When people are engaged into something meaningful, it will reduce crime. It is not how many thousands of people you recruit into the system. When everybody are engaged, when the youth are doing something, they will forget about crime. So the government have to create an enablement environment for the youth to be engaged. The level of security reduce in our nations.
Now you have the opportunity, do your best to leverage on the goodwill of Nigeria, because Nigerians have goodwill. Nigerians are not bad people. So we pray that God give you wisdom as leaders, and God give you grace to lead according to the grace He has given to you.
Despite the numerous challenges confronting the nation's democratic experience, many have expressed hope that the future promises to be better, noting that the worst form of democracy is better than the best form of military rule. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
A call has gone to science students across secondary schools to improve their interest in science-based subjects to become qualified engineers in the future. Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Omoko branch, Dr. Vincent Nnadi, made a call at the closing ceremony of NSE 2025 Career Talk for secondary schools, which held at Model Boys Secondary School, Omoko, headquarters of Ogba Igwe-Mandani local government area. Lido Ajay reports that science students drawn from selected schools participated in the program. This report.
Represented by Assistant General Secretary of the branch, Achulike Ahidu, Dr. Nnadi noted that the field of engineering is the pivot of every other field, since all fields can only become operational by the workings of engineering. Describing engineering subjects as subjects of reasoning, the branch chairman urged the students to develop interest in those subjects, pointing out that every profession depends on engineering to survive. Dr. Nnadi enjoined parents to be intentional in bringing up budding talents in the sciences with the aim to support humanity, contribute to national development, and raise the standard of living.
We are going about trying to see how we can lecture young students who want to venture into engineering to have the proper understanding and tutelage on how to prepare themselves going into the engineering world. Because when you catch them early, they begin to understand how to synergize and put their energy in areas that will help them enhance themselves in that field.
Former branch secretary of the society, Isidore Ochoma, and a representative of science teachers of Model Boys Secondary School, Omok, enumerated various branches of engineering to include civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, chemical, petrochemical, agricultural, automobile engineering, among others, and encouraged students to take their studies seriously to qualify as one of them, as they will become solution providers.
The educational sector, mainly finance, is an issue. But I would just advise them to keep fit. The sky is their limit. Engineering is all about hard work, determination, and courage.
Because since it's a school, from SS1 we start grooming them. With time they start to pick interest, especially those who love calculations. They try to get along, see how they try to use the formulas to solve problems, and they are happy when they are able to solve complex problems.
Participants interviewed provided insights to what they learned.
I would like to delve into automobile engineering because the field you help others in the area that they cannot reach out to, and your thinking faculty are different from theirs, because through that medium you can do what they are not able to do and solve problems for other people.
At least they have made me come to realize that being an engineer is also very good and important, because you will solve the problems many people are having. Entering agricultural engineering will also aid the food production.
I love petrochemical engineering because it talks about the area of oil leakage and fixing of oil problems in the community. In the case of oil breakouts, people like us, the petrochemical engineers, can be called to fix them in time before such happens.
There was presentation of gifts to participants. Schools visited are Government Technical College, Ahoda, Comprehensive Secondary School, Obogu, and Model Boys Secondary School, Omok. Founded in 1958, the Nigerian Society of Engineers is poised to contribute to national infrastructural development through engineering practice. Ndun Ajay, Rstv News.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu has reaffirmed her commitment to advocating for the rights and well-being of persons living with albinism across the country. The First Lady made this known in a statement issued on Friday in Abuja, expressing solidarity with Nigeria's albino community as they join the global observance of the day. The 2025 theme is Demanding Our Rights, Protect Our Skin, Preserve Our Lives. Senator Tinubu described the theme as a powerful call to action, emphasizing that persons with albinism deserve not only equal rights but also dignity, safety, and access to quality health care. Nigeria's albino community had recently launched a national campaign aimed at ending discrimination against persons with albinism. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) has told oil producers that it is set to implement the drill or drop policy. Chief Executive of the NUPRC, Gbenga Komolafe, disclosed this when he received a delegation from the Independent Petroleum Producers Group at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja recently. According to a statement at the NUPRC, Komolafe emphasized that oil and gas producers must either begin production within a specified time frame or relinquish their licenses. He stated that the policy aimed to revitalize the oil sector, ensure optimal use of assets, and boost government revenue. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Henneken Lokobiri, had repeatedly vowed that the drill or drop policy would be implemented, saying the government would take over all idle oil wells from operators holding on to them. Meanwhile, at the meeting, Komolafe welcomed the delegation and reiterated the NUPRC's dedication to creating an enabling business environment. The Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Masawa, has said that there will be intellectual property protection put in place to protect Nigerian creatives. She also noted that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working hard to ensure that Nigeria becomes #1 world tourism destination. Speaking during a panel session at the 68th CAF UN Tourism Commission for Africa with the theme Boosting Social Impact and Education in Tourism through Innovation, AI, and Creative Industries in Africa, Masawa said the ministry has initiated policies on intellectual property, including creative economy and cultural policies. On his part, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Seychelles, Ambassador Louis Silver, said the ministry is looking at activities that would develop its villages, including cooking, dancing, and arts classes that will attract tourists to the country. You're also watching the news at 3. Do you love and care about revisiting a peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. But this is a task we must accomplish. Still to come, Kenyan police officer arrested over blogger's death in custody. And China, Djibouti pledged to deepen cooperation on focal outcomes. Details of these and more when we return from the break. Please stay.
Hello, caller. How are you?
I'm fine, ma.
About that, your handout. What is the cost again?
Just give me a minute, mommy. Let me confirm. I'm not sure of the exact price.
My good boy, how may I help you?
For 2 of us, sir.
I'll get back to you. Oh, no, man.
Sir?
Are those handouts ready?
Yes, sir.
How much is a copy?
200.
Oh, okay. My boy.
Yes, sir.
350 naira.
Mommy, they said the handout is just 500 naira.
Well, I'll let your daddy know. Honey, caller says the price of the handout is 3,500 naira.
3,500 naira?
Even me, I'm shocked. It's horrible. What's going on in this country? I don't get it.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation with support from the MacArthur Foundation and with broadcast support from the Rivers State Television.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Fever is surging again across Nigeria, with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention and NCDC confirming a higher death rate and more infections despite ongoing public health interventions. In its latest situation report for Epidemiological Week 2022 on Friday, the NCDC said 8 new confirmed cases were recorded in Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, and Nasarawa states, representing a slight rise from 6 cases of death of a blogger in police custody that led to protests in the streets of the capital, where 2 vehicles were burned and several protesters injured. Protesters took to the streets of Nairobi and destroyed property of unknown value, while calling for the resignation of a top police officer named in the case. I've been 400 kilometers to Nairobi for publishing false information about a top police official on social media. Police said he died 2 days later at the Central Police Station after hitting his head against the cell wall, which Amnesty International and local activists have questioned that account. However, government pathologist has refuted police's the road in Nairobi leading to the parliamentary building where the national budget was due to be presented. Meanwhile, authorities have since said an official investigation is underway. The blogger's death comes almost a year after several activists and protesters were killed and abducted by Kenyan police during finance bill protests. China is to work with Djibouti to fully implement outcomes of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Focus Beijing Summit. China opposes unilateralism and will enhance coordination with China to address challenges jointly. Reports say Omar went to China for the ministerial meeting of coordinators on implementing the follow-up actions of the forecast. Still on the foreign scene, an Air India plane traveling from India to London, which crashed within moments of takeoff, has killed 241 passengers and crew and more people on the ground. The Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, which took off from the city of Ahmedabad in western India, plowed into a residential area, hitting a hospital complex and medical student hostel. One passenger survived the disaster, a British national who was sitting at seat 11A and who later told family he had no idea how he walked away. It is not yet clear what caused the crash, which India Prime Minister Narendra Modi described as heartbreaking beyond words. Officials warned that the death toll could rise in what was quickly described as one of the deadliest aviation disasters in India's history. The local police chief said 204 bodies have been recovered so far, but it is not known how many of those victims were on the plane or were on the ground. On the entertainment scene, African Afrobeat singer and songwriter Oluwatobiloba Daniel Anibuwe, widely known as Kiss Daniel, has revealed the kind of relationship he had with his late father. Faith Odo tells us more on this and other entertainment stories. Her report.
In an interview, he shared how the death of his late father had inspired his song Aljana.
So I didn't lose my pops, but I'm moving on. Lorenzo, 2019.
American singer Silento has bagged 30 years imprisonment for killing his cousin. The 27-year-old musician was sentenced after pleading guilty to possession of a firearm and aggravated assault. In 2021, Silento confessed to have shot his 34-year-old cousin, Frederick Rooks III, dead, as DeKalb County Police Department found Rooks with multiple gunshot wounds. Before the singer's arrest, investigation revealed that the deceased was last